السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين أما بعد. Brothers and sisters, welcome to Module 3, Lesson 15 of Learn Tajweed for Allah. We are dealing with perfecting the letters. We did the point of articulation, but now to perfect them, to perfect the letters, bringing it from the point of articulation properly is one aspect. But to perfect it, we have to deal with the attributes of the letters and apply them so that inshallah when they come together, the makhraj, the point of articulation, and the sifat, we perfect the letter. So we are dealing with Babu Sifat al-Huruf, the chapters on characteristics of letters or attributes of letters. Basic attributes, as-Sifat al-Asliyah. Number one, there are two aspects actually. The Sifat al-Asliyah are two aspects. Right? We are dealing with one, attributes with opposites. We discussed this the last time, inshallah. There are 5 pairs of attributes with opposites. There are 5 attributes that have opposites. So there are 10 attributes together. There are 5 pairs and each letter has one of each of the attributes. So each letter therefore would have 5 attributes. This means that every letter has at least 5 intrinsic characteristics that never leave the letter. A letter can never have a characteristic and its opposite. It must only have one of the 2 or 3 in the group. So here we have the pair, inshallah, al-jahru, which is the apparent, and al-hams. Actually it's supposed to be al-hams. It is the whispering or the reduction of the voice, and the jahr, the apparent, in making the voice very clear. Ash-shiddatu, which has to do with strength, the letter is strong, and al-rakhawa, the letter is soft. And then there is what is between them, at-tawassut, or al-bayniyah. Then we have al-itbaq, that means closed, and its opposite obviously is opened, al-infitah. Al-istifal, that is letters that are lowered, they are flatter. Okay, and obviously those that are elevated would be its opposite, al-isti'ala. Then we have two characteristics here, al-ismat and al-thalaqa, which is fluency, and ismat is forbidden. But basically these two characteristics are not really with tajweed. They are more dealing with surf. But still, because they are connected to the letters, inshallah we're going to deal with them here, inshallah, and apply them. Number 2, from the letters, the basic attributes are attributes without opposites. We dealt with attributes with opposites, and we find there are 5. So there are 10 attributes together. Okay, 5 attributes that have opposites, so that makes it 10. Attributes without opposites, there are 8 attributes, and before I had said 6 or 7, but this sheikh, he said 8, so that is why I included 8, inshallah, that do not have opposites. They are also intrinsic. The letters that have them would have more than 5 intrinsic characteristics. These non-pair intrinsic characteristics are as follows. 1. As-safir, safir or whistling. 2. Qalqalatun, echoing, that is a light repeat. 3. Lean, there is a softness in the letter. 4. Inhiraf, an inclination or a drift. 5. Takrir, means repeat, a repeat. Tafashi, at-tafashi is the 6th attribute, which means spreading around. Astitala, al-istitala, number 7, istitala has to do with lengthening. Sound is lengthened. And then the 8th character that the Shaykh included is al-ghunnatu, al-ghunna, which we know is a kind of singing. Now, every Arabic letter has either one of 2 attributes. As we said before, there are 5 categories. Today we're going to be dealing with one of that. The Arabic letters and the flow and the trapping of the breath. They are Arabic letters that has to do with the flowing of the breath and the holding, the trapping of the breath. Okay, let us deal with them, inshallah. They follow the category of al-hamsu, which is the whisper, and the jahr. Al-hamsu wal-jahru, the whispering and the apparent. Al-jahru or al-hamsu, it is the letters are called mahmusa, right? There are 10 mahmusa letters. They belong to the category of hams, and they fall under the bait, the poetry, the line of poetry. Sakata fahathuhu shakhsun. Sakata fahathuhu shakhsun. 10 letters. Sin, kaf, ta, fa, ha, tha, ha, shin, kha, sad. 10 letters. They are called the letters mahmusa letters. Al-mahmusa. They are, when these letters, they all pronounced with abundant flow or running on of breath. As, af, 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 ash, right? As. So you can see that there's a weak reliance on the places of articulation. And this is because there is a flow of the breath. So because of that, the articulation point is not that strong. Okay. On the other side, we have the letters that are majhura. That is from the word jahara, apparent, right? The letters that are majhura. They are 19, and they are the remaining letters of the Arabic alphabet. And you can read them there, alif, or that is the alif actually, the ba, because we are dealing with the alif here as a letter, right? Ba, jim, dal, zal, ra, zay, dad, ta, dha, ain, ghain, qaf, lam, mim, noon, waw, hamza, and ya. If you try to bring any abundant running of the air, doesn't work, right? The breath does not keep running on. It is trapped. It is restricted, right? And then there's a strong reliance on the places of articulation. The aj, you don't see it going on. Ad, 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 ar, ad, ab, ad, a. It doesn't run on, not like the other set of letters. So they are called majhura. The letters that are majhura, right? They are jahri letters. And the other side, they are the hams letters. Okay? Sakata fahathuhu shakhsun. The Arabic letters and the flow and the trapping of the breath. Al-hams, the whisper, implies lowering of the voice. So, the applied definition of al-hams is it is the lowering of the voice which results in the opening of the vocal cords without vibration, without vibrating of the vocal cord, right? So the vocal cord opens, but there's no vibration of the vocal cord, and the abundant running on of the breath when pronouncing the letter, like ash, ash. If you hold your throat at the point where the sound comes of the vocal, you would find that if you say ash, there's nothing that comes from the throat, from the vocal cords, right? As we are going to see, inshallah. There's a true picture of the vocal cord when hams is applied. You see it's opening. This is taken by one of those internal cameras that can take out pictures inside the body, right? The true picture, this is the true picture of the way it is. It's open. It's not closed off, right? It should be noted that when there is hams, it weakens the reliance on the letter at its articulation point, right? Because there is this flow of air, so the letter is weaker. Thus, when any of the letter has a characteristic of al-hams, there is a flow of breath. As it is pronounced. This weakens the letters as running of the breath, then weakens the strict reliance on the articulation point. Okay, this is what causes the letter to be weaker. But the letter is weak, and the flow of breath is consistent. Look at the example here, okay, of the sheen. If you notice, look at the example of the sheen. Note that the air starts flowing at the point of articulation of the letter indicated by the beginning of the arrow. Notice where the arrow starts? At the top of the top, at the point where the sheen originates. Remember when we did the makhraj for the sheen? It is in the middle of the tongue with what is opposite to it. So the flow of the breath starts from there. Try it. Ash, sh. It starts from right there, right, and it comes out from the tongue. So this is, the flow of the breath starts from the articulation point of the letter and not from the vocal cords. Okay. Al-jahr, the apparent, is definitely going to be the opposite of al-hams, and it implies distinctness of the voice. So al-jahr, the apparent, will be the distinctness of the voice, which results due to the coming together of the vocal cords, that it's in its vibrating, it vibrates, and the trapping, the abundant continuous flow of the breath when pronouncing the letter. So that the abundant flow of the breath is now trapped. This is due to the strength of the letter at its articulation point. Let us look at this. Look at the example of the lam. If you place your hand on your throat when the vocal cord, where the vocal cords are, and pronounce lam, you will feel the vibrating of the vocal cords. Try it. Al, al, al. Okay? A true picture of the vocal cord when hams is applied. So you see the vocal cord is, and actually if you see the picture of the Sheikh was showing the picture of the waterain, the Sawtiyain al waterain, the vocal cords, you could see the quick movements when the letters are pronounced. It moves very swiftly and it is very close together. Okay, so that is important to pay attention to. The position of the vocal cords when jahr and hams are applied, and you can see they are, and by bringing these two pictures together, we can really understand exactly what goes on, inshallah. The state of the vocal cords when hams is applied, and the state of the vocal cord when the jahr is applied. Okay, when jahr is applied. So ab, there is no flow of breath. There is no excessive flow of breath. Aj, aj, ad, al. Okay, there is no excessive flow of breath, and the letters are very strong. So note, the attributes of jar or hams are always present with the letters. They are always present with the letters with haraka or with the sakin. This is something that must be known. However, when it has sukoon, it is clearer. Like for example, I say af. But if I say fa, it is there, but not as strong, not as distinct. Sorry, it is there. Ah, ha, alhamdu. You hear this, the movement of the sound, the expulsion of the sound. Right? So inshallah, this is al-jahr wal-hams. Inshallah, note from for some letters of hams, of al-hams, one letter to note in this group is the letter fa. If pronounced like the F in English, there will not be the needed airflow because it is not articulated from the same point of fa. When the fa is articulated correctly by placement of the two front teeth on the inside of the lower lips, the airflow will then occur, and the proper sound for the fa, which includes airflow, will be heard. Af, inshallah. The two letters ta and ka have running of the breath also. They have hams when they are pronounced, but they also have another characteristic of imprisonment of sound. Not breath, but sound. We are going to be discussing this inshallah in the next class. Inshallah. Notice there are two types of imprisonment: imprisonment of the breath and imprisonment of the sound. So, alhamdulillah, we praise Allah for allowing us to complete module 3 of lesson 15. And this, we are now getting into the clear explanation of the sifat of the huruf, and I hope this helped you to understand the fantastic nature of this science that has been developed by our scholars. Jazakumullahu khairan, wa jazakumullahu khairan. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.